the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! And he drives it, walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first one. It's Rezic, gets a shot, and scores! 4-4. Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores!
There towards Cox. Cox gets the shot away. Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! First over the lead!
Live from O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Melbourne Mustangs taking on the Sydney Ice Dogs here in this 2018 AIHL clash here at the O'Brien Group Arena. The Ice Dogs coming off a 6-2 victory over said opposition last weekend in Sydney. The Mustangs are coming off a 5-4 shootout defeat of the Melbourne Ice at this very venue last night, and looking to take at least 5 points from the weekend total. Hello everyone, my name's Steve White, and joining me in the commentary box, as he always does, it's a very good afternoon to Rod Johns.
Oh, sorry about that, technical difficulties.
You're right.
Good afternoon to you, my friend.
So, these two teams played last weekend, 6-2 in favour of the Ice Dogs. Mustangs played the Melbourne Ice last night. Ice Dogs obviously had the week off. What do you think the difference in the game's going to be tonight?
Well, the interesting thing I think here is that I missed actually the first period and a half of last night's game for work and other things. But when I got here, they were down 4-1. They looked a bit flat, and then one thing led to another. If you remember the last time they played Melbourne Ice, it was the same way, down 3-0 going into the third period, and then things start to happen. And so, to cut to the chase, they got their momentum, and in the end, they won the game in a shootout. So what do I think is going to happen today? I think they've got a score to settle with the Ice Dogs, and they've got everything in their favor. They've got momentum, they're playing at home in their rink, right? And these guys have had to travel to come here.
Yep.
So I think that there's no better time than to have the Mustangs roll the Ice Dogs. The Ice Dogs, on the other hand, will come to thinking, we beat these guys, we beat them handily 6-2,
yep.
So we should be able to do it again, even in our own home.
Yeah, and also change of lineup tonight for the Mustangs. Petra Pickett is in, Nick Novosedlak is out, Alexei Toivonen obviously started last night's game. It'll be interesting to see who Max goes with in goal.
Yeah, that's correct.
And for the Sydney Ice Dogs, the debut of Brian Kolajacek from the Belgian National League and the Belgian national team. He's actually playing with a couple of guys he played against at the Worlds in AIHL. He was actually injured in that game, courtesy of a Per Daniel Goranson in the corner. He's wearing number 77 for the Sydney Ice Dogs tonight. He's making up for the departure of Nathan Chiolidi, who left the team last weekend prematurely. And,
what happened there, do you know?
I had to go back to Canada. Had to go to Canada to complete his Masters. So, well, if you do want to get your tweets on screen, fans, a hashtag AIHL Game Day, and we'll endeavour to read them out during the broadcast. But right now, let's go down to centre ice for the celebratory drop of the puck, and then we'll be back with the start of the game just after this. Don't go away.
Let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
So there we have it, the national anthem done, and we are ready for action here in this second meeting of the two teams between the Mustangs and the Ice Dogs in as many weeks. And, well, it should be an action-packed game. Last night's was quite the spectacle. Didn't think it had the same intensity as the first Melbourne derby, but particularly that third period, it mirrored it. But as we get underway, let's go through the starting goaltenders for tonight's game. In net for the Melbourne Mustangs, Petri Pitkänen, 10 games played, 3 wins, 7 losses, and a GAA of 3.72. And for the Sydney Ice Dogs, Curtis Skip gets the nod in net tonight. 5 games played, 4 wins, 1 loss, and a GAA of 7.03, same percentage, 0.941%. Your officials for this afternoon's game, wearing the bands, Jeff Klink and Jeff Scott, and your linesmen, Casper Russell-Cuba and Craig Armstrong-Frey. And also another couple of changes we should know. Vadim Vyasov in the lineup tonight, didn't play last night for the Mustangs.
He was suspended.
Yeah, after the All-Star game.
It'll be really interesting to see that he hasn't played Toivonen and he's played Pitkänen, which, I mean, at the end of the day, he's lucky because he has 2 solid choices to go to. But Toivonen, did you see that save in the shootout?
There.
Far out, man.
Contender for save of the season.
I reckon.
And Mikey James had a pretty good one as too, as Humphreys has stood up by Cam Todd earlier. This one moved down on Curtis Skip's net, and it's flicked out there by the Dogs, only to the blue line now here to Michael McMahon. Pops it to the corner to Pat O'Kane in the high slot. He shoots, a good save by Skip, and he holds on. Well,
they're not going to want to leave Pat O'Kane alone in the slot like that with enough time to get a decent shot off. That's for sure. He's on fire, I think. And
he's got quite the captive audience tonight, Pat O'Kane. Sean O'Kane flying all the way in from the northeast of the United States.
And what do you think about that? I think he just got, he didn't want to get up early, so he just decided to fly here instead.
That save made by Skip. Yeah, 28 hours, he said. So good to see Sean. I don't think he was here last year. It was the year before that. It was the last time he came out, I think. But now he's quite active on Twitter. Now we see him in the flesh for tonight's game.
So I think you made his day. He wanted to meet you in person.
No, I met him a couple of years ago, so it was the second time. Here's McCoy now. His shot flicked through traffic, saved by Skip. Vyasov trying to clean up the remainder, dealt with there by Stevenson. Held in there by Vyasov, but he almost turned the puck over to Dunwoody and onto Cam Todd. Here's Stevenson now, backhand pass, picked off by Ferguson. Still wearing the mask, obviously, from that game against the Newcastle North Stars, where he got the stick in the face. The horrific eye injury. He's picked up now here to Tallman. Tallman to split the knee. Tallman moves in, he shoots. Great save. Pitkänen gets the pad out and denies the first best chance of the game there for the Sydney Ice Dogs. McMahon flips this one around to Brendan McDowell, high off the glass. Ferguson muscles that one past, but Pataki arrives here for the Ice Dogs. Ferguson hasn't given up on the play, though. Gets put into the glass there by Pataki. And the Ice Dogs hemmed in so far. Robertson fires one on there, looking for a tip there from Jones, who comes up with a puck. His turnaround shot is blocked. And Ferguson goes to work in the corner again against Dunwoody. His clearing attempt is cut off by Robertson at the blue paint. He puts it right back in as Jones in on the forecheck versus Woodrick. Love down there by Apps, albeit temporarily. Pretty good since making his debut for the Mustangs this season. Anderson trying to, he gets hauled down. No penalty calling the ref. Play continues, flipped almost out of the zone in front of the Dogs bench. It finally is. Tillman arrives late, and the Dogs take control there through Dunwoody. Skates through the neutral zone and fires one on the net of Pitkänen, forced into a save, and he'll cover for the stoppage.
So, what about Woodrick and his move to the Ice Dogs? What can you tell me there?
Well, his 4th AIHL season, following his first coach in the AIHL, Andrew Petrie, after 2 seasons at the CBR Brave, is Geordie. And look, it's I think if you've got a good thing going, you might as well continue it. I mean, he's been great since coming to the Dogs. Hasn't got the same production as he has in the previous years, particularly that first season with the North Stars, but a good move for the Dogs. So they've got a very, very big, in terms of size, first line, Tallman, Woodrick, and obviously Strat Allen, who's not in the lineup tonight. And we've got a penalty coming up against the Mustangs. The Dogs are going to go to the power play. And just to see who is going to the box, it looks like it's Jack McCoy. Dusty as he's known, and how well he's going to be feeling a bit dusty after that spell. He's pleading his innocence there against...
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Let's have a look here. There's Humphreys. Oh, okay. Billy Cliff. He held on to Billy Cliff according to the referee. Holding is the call, and the first power play of the game goes to the Sydney Ice Dogs. Woodrick, Tallman, Cam, Todd, Stevenson out on this first power play unit for the Doggies. As Tallman pulls up at the top of the circle, dishes it across. That one skipped through the stick there of Woodrick. Is Dunwoody, the fifth component to this Ice Dogs power play. Puts it back now here to Woodrick. Holds the blue paint. Just flips it down low. Maybe concedes the puck there to Robertson, who tried to backhand this one out. Davies, who was very good last night again for the Mustangs, gets the pass back now here to Troy Robertson, and he just rifles this one the length of the ice and buys the Mustangs a change of penalty kill. So 80 seconds remaining on the man advantage now here to the Ice Dogs. Tallman now bursting down the left-hand side. Tallman moving in, shooting, and a good save by Pickett, who took all of that angle away. And Todd's going to go back and get it here for the Dogs as the first power play unit for the Ice Dogs changes. Todd now back as is back to Hoot. So he looks for an option. Got Billy Cliff going hard the other side. A good forecheck now here from Ferguson. He's got two Dogs beat down low. Ferguson now. He's done pretty well there to buy at least 30 seconds for his Ice Dogs compatriots. His Mustangs compatriots. It's Manco takes it for the Ice Dogs, giving it right back to McMahon. And the appreciation from the Mustangs bench of this penalty kill. Here's Kolajacek. He chips this one past Davies. Well, he gets upended and he's gone. And a penalty coming up now. Davies.
For sure.
Yep.
That one, I think, was a no-doubter.
Yep.
The first one was maybe a little dubious.
Yep. Davies looks like he's hurt his hand on that play, grabbing his right hand. But the Great Britain national will go to the bench of the penalty variety, that is, and a 5-on-3 for at least 30 seconds here for the Ice. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, no, safest penalty in the game so far. So McCoy and Davies sit. 11:26 to go. Scoreless here at the O'Brien Group Arena. If you've just tuned in from wherever you're watching around the globe. And a good lead up to the World Cup game. Australia and France are playing at 8 o'clock. So I know I'll be racing home to go and watch this after that. There's Robertson, much to the wife's disapproval. Is this one shot all the way down, and Curtis Skip will come out from behind his net to play this. Only just the one good shot so far from the Dogs on this power play. Mustangs have been pretty effective. Let's see it get tested at a 5-on-3. As the puck goes now cross ice. Here's a shot from Woodrick, and that one whistles wide of the net. Pitkin and Ferguson sweeps up the remainder, and he fires this one out to McCoy. Steps right off the penalty box door, and Eriksen, and that was offside. Eriksen was around at least half a metre over, and we'll get a whistle.
Isn't it interesting? You look at Andrew Eriksen and where he's come from, and he wasn't getting much of a gig at all.
Yeah.
And he comes here, and I've watched him, and I'm just so impressed with his tenacity and his contribution to the Mustangs' defensive backbone. So,
yeah, he's really filled that. Particularly that he's been on that first pairing quite a bit. And Max showing quite some faith in him this season.
yeah.
Particularly with Kahu Joyce's suspension as well. He's back in the lineup as of last night. As this one whipped around. McMahon, a 1:05 left on the penalty to Davies, so the Dogs have a 5-on-4 with the return of McCoy to the ice. Hoot puts it down into the corner as Turner's pass. Well, that went past to Kolajacek, and he has to retreat and get it back now here to Hoot. His pass picked off. Manco went looking for it, as did Turner. Manco's got it now. Gets it through as Hoot gains the line and, well, concedes there to McMahon, who goes high off the glass. And, well, we're going to stop it. You played with a high stick, according to the referee. We're going to whistle.
So now you got to explain to me, because I remember when we did this last time. So number 13 is Jonathan
Hoot.
but it's spelled Ruth.
Yep,
So,
Swedish boy.
yeah.
Yep, learned that when he was with the Newcastle North Stars. So
I remember the last time we were doing this, and you're going hoot, hoot, and I'm looking around the ice for hoot, and I couldn't find him.
just think of the Muppets character, Hootaboot. The chef, the Swedish chef. Here's Tillman. Here's Tillman flaking through, cut off there by Robertson. Fired up, then O'Kane can't take that cleanly. His icing's cancelled out anyway because they are short-handed. Skip whips this one around off the glass, and the Dogs look to use the momentum now down the outside. Dunwoody gets cancelled out there by O'Kane. The puck comes to Woodrick on the far side, but too hasty crossing the blue line. That's offside.
Well, this is interesting too, because you got Humphreys and O'Kane up front on your penalty kill, right? And they're very fast. So if you're on a power play, you don't want to be nonchalant about anything, because these guys will be in your face, take the puck away from you, and be gone before you know it.
Dunwoody, his long-range try is steered aside there by Pitkin, and McMahon wheels around into the corner and sends this one skyward now here to Brett Ferguson, 1-on-2 with the Ice Dogs defense. Ferguson goes around, tries to center that pass. Vyasov was camped at the opposite circle. A loose puck trickles through here to McCoy with a drive. A great save by Skip. Glove down by Ferguson, and they score! Brett Ferguson has struck first here for the Mustangs at even strength, and they lead 1-0.
That's also interesting too, because I was going to say to you that I watched Ferguson. Okay, I was only here for part of the game, but I watched Ferguson last night, and I thought he looked a bit reticent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was going to say to you that, like, so far in the game today, he looked like he stepped up a bit. He's got the puck. He's been out there a fair amount, and then he pops one. So that's got to give him a bit of confidence too. You know?
So Brett Ferguson's 6th goal of the season. That moves him to 15 points total on the year. First one here for the men in orange, black and white. In front of their home crowd, they're 1-0 up with 9:16 remaining in the first. As Davies gets booted from the face-off. And O'Kane comes in to take his place. Humphreys, who had 2 goals last night and really was the catalyst, so he's turned it over to Carini. A backhand shot and a good save there by Pitkin. But we're going to have a penalty going to the way of the Mustangs, and the Dogs are going to go back to the power play. I think it was for that hook there just on the way in.
Well, McCoy must have lost his balance and lost the puck and almost gave the Ice Dogs a breakaway.
So Ellis Carini was actually was a bit of a chop there at the end. So take your pick there, really. Humphreys with the hook, McCoy with the slash, and it was McCoy that was dirty about being done. But nonetheless, it's a man advantage here for the Sydney Ice Dogs. Didn't score on the 5-on-4 or the 5-on-3 they had at the start of the game, and a chance for redemption here on this third power play.
The Mustangs have to stay out of the box, so they can't allow this kind of stuff to happen. So 3 penalties in the first period. Their guys will get tired, and it's bound to backfire on them, you know.
Kolajacek to take the face-off, tried to get it through the Toolman. Toolman skates through the D and had a loose puck. Kolajacek now back to the point, fired by Woodrick, and that's wide of the net of Pitkin. And O'Kane tries to clear here for the Mustangs. Well cut off there by Todd, slipped across. Toolman's going to have to skate onto a loose puck and take his position on the point man. Slips it off now here to Todd, who goes across eyes. Here's Kolajacek. He shoots and looks at, that was blocked there off the pads of Robertson.
And he was looking for Toolman on the far side.
Yeah. Trying to slip that through with Toolman at the back door. Here's Kolajacek now. The Belgian hands off now here to Stevenson. Looking for a pass there. Side of the net, Kolajacek. He's dealt with into the board. Stevenson comes to his rescue, as does Woodrick. Woodrick moving in. His shot is saved by Pickett. Loose puck is cleared there by Erzen. And Skip comes out. A long-range pass. Trying to catch the Mustangs on a change here at the Dogs. Here's Kolajacek. Toolman going hard to the net. He puts it back up to Todd. Just holds the line. Todd slips it across now here to Stevenson. Stevenson down low, back centered there by Woodrick. And, well, it's cleared almost out and picked off now here by Cam Todd at the blue line. Puts it back down low. Toolman, well, he gets run there. Claimed it looked like he was holding his head there for a little bit. 50 seconds or less than that now on the power play here for the Ice Dogs. The Mustangs penalty kill, earning their money so far. Kolajacek, well, that went skyward. Stringer tried to take advantage of a bouncing puck. Woodrick did well despite the presence of 2 Mustangs players. Kolajacek, that went through him. Turner's going to skate hard and try and beat out the icing call. Didn't have the carry, but Turner's done well there to lock the puck in at the half wall. Bright, he goes to the ice, but Turner picks up a loose puck. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Manco now cut off there by Stringer, just chips it off the boards looking for Dunwoody. And well, they've coughed that puck up, and the Mustangs penalty kill. Pretty good so far in this game. Maybe one last shot at opportunity here for the Dogs. Here's Cliff. Cliff with speed to the outside. Cliff still got it, looking for a centering option. Cliff centers it in front, and well done there by Vyasov to cancel it out. A quick shot there from Manco, and that was deflected and cleared there by Bright. Trying to pick this one up now. Here's McDowell, and the Mustangs take possession through McMahon and onto Vyasov. Just a shade under 7 minutes remaining in period number 1 between the Ice Dogs and the Mustangs. As Vyasov dealt with a bouncing puck in front of the penalty box. Going to the net is McDowell, and just can't take the pass cleanly on the backhand as he gets put into the glass for his troubles. And the Ice Dogs try to clear their zone, and they do so here through Carini. Carini one-on-one here with Robertson. Hit shot, a good save by Pickerton. Didn't know where it was. And the Mustangs live to see the shutout bid so far. I shouldn't say that because that's a jinx word, so I'm going to get flamed for that later. He's done what he's decked there by Robertson with a stiff shoulder. And it's moved back now here to McGregor. McGregor left back and chipped off the boards there by Stevenson. And that shot up ice by McMahon. Toolman. McGregor now. There's well, a bit of indecision as to who's going to get that. Stevenson lost his edge and lost the puck. Here's the Mustangs. There was two players there camped out, Humphreys and Davies. Neither of them got wood on it, but interference is going to be called.
Yeah, that was unnecessary, really. The play had finished. There was no need for that.
Stevenson, he is not happy, is Todd Stevenson. And, well, let's see what that was initially for. Let's have a look. Well, that was the... yes, so Scott Stevenson, my bad. But...
well, there was two Mustangs in front of the net, wide open.
Yep.
And something must have happened after the play. He took a shot at Humphreys, really.
Yep.
And he's sitting in the box now, and I'm sure he doesn't want to be there.
Indeed. He doesn't, as Pataki moves the body. Humphreys gets muscled there by Hoot. As Ferguson draws enough attention. Penalty coming up again as Hoot's, yeah, pretty clear hold there. I don't think there's anything to protest about. And so he goes straight at the referee. And you can hear Andrew Petrie not happy at all with the call. Well, he wouldn't be. He's now 5-on-3 the other way. And at least as we have another look, well,
yeah, he's
not as animated.
Pretty sophisticated there, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd give him a 9 out of 10 for that suit. It's pretty good. They have a look. Yeah. Well, actually, I think Fridge has got a bit of a case there because it looked like Ferguson was holding onto Hoot's hand.
You need to see it from another angle, but it almost looked like he was sort of tied up in his stick, and not through Hoot's intentional activity.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he was intentionally grabbing the jersey. Here's O'Kane now. Here's Ferguson. Ferguson looking for a lane. And he finds one and a shot, but great save by Skip. Saw that all the way despite 4 or 5 bodies in front of him. Picked up now here by Ferguson again, trying to get to the high slot. Deals it across now to O'Kane, back to Ferguson. As Humphreys parks himself right in front of Curtis Skip's mask. Great pad save, and Curtis Skip again with a second brilliant save on as many shots, and he keeps it at 1-0.
See where Humphreys was, though, right in front of him, and that's exactly where you want to be, so he can't really see what's going on. He's got to try to see around Humphreys to see what's happening. My only comment there was maybe the shot was too high, a little bit lower in traffic. He's got to struggle with it, guaranteed to give you a rebound, and there's more to work with.
So Davies slides it across to Ferguson. Ferguson now to O'Kane. Ferguson got McDowell down low. He looked for the one-timer, whiffed on it. And the Mustangs still take control of the puck, though. Here's O'Kane moving into the high slot. He shoots and scores! Pat O'Kane, power play goal for the Mustangs. And with just under 5 minutes remaining, they have a 2-goal lead.
So, it goes back to what I said before. If you want to win this game, you have to control your emotions and stay out of the box. You can't afford to give these guys, the Mustangs, an opportunity to take advantage and make the gap bigger, and that's exactly what happened, okay?
Pretty good screen in front there from Humphreys going post to post. He stayed with the play the whole time.
Yeah.
So Pat O'Kane grabs his 8th goal of the year. That's one for his old man to take back to the northeast. And it's 2-0 here to the home team. And O'Kane now. A reversal of last week in terms of the scoreline. The Mustangs only scored 2. They were on the losing team. So far, they're on the winning team, but there is a long way to go in this one. Slid across. Back now here to O'Kane. He gets met there by Cam Todd, who just did enough to put him off the puck. McGregor throws the body there on Ferguson. Shannon McGregor muscled Ferguson off the puck. Todd did well to clear that and just force it over the blue line. And by his team some seconds as Woodrick, the lone forechecker here on the penalty kill. Sent up now here to McDowell down the far side. McDowell muscled to the ice there by McGregor. And he goes up high there on McDowell. Roughing is the call. Looked like it caught McDowell up high. He was on his knees.
In the face, but you want to see that again too, because again, did he do it on purpose?
Well, there's no intention there from Jim McGregor, I don't think. But let's have a look. Oh yeah, gave him a sneaky one up high. So yeah, I'd have to.
And then
you see, there was cheese on it. Don't worry about it. He put some cheese on that.
Absolutely.
As this one whipped around, McMahon holds the line. Down low here to Jones. 4 minutes remaining in period number 1. 20 seconds left on the 5-on-3 here for the Mustangs. Jones to Vyasov. Just playing the patience game. Now here to Jones with a shot. Great save. Skip with a blocker. McMahon now relinquishes that from Jones over here to Vyasov. Vyasov looking for a point man. He finds McMahon. He shoots and into the breadbasket of Skip it goes. And a whistle.
Low and hard, man. I'll say one thing, though, about McMahon. I was having a bit of a chat with him in the parking lot last night. I think he's really lifted his game. Anthony Russell asked me about my 11-month-old son who would win orange toy for Mustangs, blue toy for dogs. He grabbed both, so he predicts someone winning in a shootout. Well, there you go.
Safe bet either way, huh? See the over-under on that as Davies got hauled down off the face-off. It looked like a pretty clear trip, but play continues. He's okay now. Harassed there by Hoot. 80 seconds left on the power play here to the Mustangs with the 2-goal lead. Ferguson fires it across. Davies avoids the check there of Tillman, but he's forced to retreat all the way back into his neutral zone. Mustangs just onside. Good zone entry. Davies driving towards the net, slides it across. No one home. Humphreys was a step behind.
And he might have even been looking for McDowell too.
Put back now here to Ferguson at the point. Ferguson gains a lane, fires. Great glove there from Skip, and he deals with a rebound.
So you see that last tweet. There were no big words in it, okay? It was very clever, right?
Yep.
He managed to get through that without too much trouble.
Simple English.
Exactly.
No hashtags, no ampersands, none of that. We'll see if that trend continues for the rest of the game.
I doubt it.
It's only one period old.
Just imagine what our producers will be up to.
Oh, yeah. You should have. No, don't tempt him now. This is. He's just said challenge accepted. So anyway, McDowell tries to win that battle against Manco. 3 minutes remaining. Humphreys down to Ferguson. Ferguson trying to find that lane. Shoots and Skip again. Sees it all the way. I mean, the Ice Dogs 2 years in a row have recruited very well in terms of their goaltending stocks. Damien Ketlow, goaltender of the year last year, and Curtis Skip this year has been brilliant as well.
He certainly has appeared to be pretty solid in this period.
So the draw, obviously, they've also got Nick Meason, nice, good young goaltender, Australian goaltender who followed Andrew Petrie down from the North Stars last season. Made the change down to the Ice Dogs. Is okay now. Back to here to Ferguson. There's just under 30 seconds remaining on the power play here for the Mustangs. Ferguson's trying to take on the entire team. Humphreys, Davies just could have put the finishing touch on with 3/4 of a net, beckoning for it to put the puck in it, and just couldn't get it. And it skipped over his stick. Here's a wide-angle shot from Davies. It's deflected there off the skate of Jones. As we get ready to play 5-on-5 hockey again, as McGregor rejoins the action out of the penalty box, and we are at even strength. Davies now, as McGregor goes straight for Davies, and the puck comes to here at the back door to Ferguson. He lost control, tries to wrap around. Great save again by Curtis Skip. And man, give that man a raise, because the last 5 minutes he's been earning his money.
You bet, yeah, that was a good save too. They need to, the Ice Dogs need to get better control in their own end and get that puck out. They're giving Mustangs way too much time to play around with it. And like, again, they didn't pick their man up in front of the net. So there needs to be a bit better communication.
So 2 minutes remaining, the first period, as the Dogs look to get one at least before the end of the period. Kolajacek with speed. We saw him in action against the Mighty Roos, skating for Belgium. He goes to work now. Tillman picks up a loose puck. Slid across there. One timer there from Todd. Oh, what a glove from Beckett, and it's loose and cleared out as Tillman got one there off the back of his jersey as the clearing attempt was stopped, but offside is the call.
So, you know how you let me into that little secret of yours where you're now playing, you're going to be playing against me?
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
Well, I played against my boss today, so it's just going from one to the other, isn't it? So colleague Bostacoli, I don't know what's next. My count. Is he on one of the other teams? Probably not. Here's Toolman now. Shot and glove there by Pitkin.
There'll be no mercy, though, you realize.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sure there'll be high sticks and it's supposed to be non-contact beer league.
Occasional slew foot, things like that.
Occasional, and that'll be regular. Know how the Demons play?
We're not demons for nothing, dude.
Exactly right. So this one moved out by McMahon. Dunwoody, that was offside. Oh, he didn't cross the blue line, I don't think, when he came back in, but the linesman disagrees, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off.
So tell me, Melbourne Ice. Oh, here we go. Anders, my buddy. Mustangs playing with greater self-confidence this season. Too bad Ice not do the same. Well, maybe that's a good thing if you're a Mustangs fan.
Yeah. Well, it seemed to me, I don't know, I mean, you only saw 2/3 of the game last night. The Ice sort of, the intensity wasn't there at all. I mean, they scored the 3 goals, but they just sort of put the cue in the rack.
Yeah.
Here's Woodrick. Now, Woodrick cycles this one back, looking for Toolman, finds him. Toolman gains the top of the circle. And he's followed the whole way there by O'Kane. Kolajacek looking for an outlet. Now, here's Toolman across to McGregor, and that just bounced off his stick. Looking for the one-timer as McGregor wears the check there from Apps. The Dogs had the puck. Good vision there by Dunwoody to spot Woodrick, but it went past him as Kolajacek loses his blade and comes to Davies. Davies driving hard to the net, and he crashes right into Skip. And penalty or not?
No, I don't think so. But, man, he was moving there.
As, Davies was off to the races.
Yeah, certainly. He blew right by them, cut right in front of
McGregor there.
Yeah, watch this. And he just lost the puck.
Went straight into Curtis Skip, so I think Fridge would have had a case for a penalty there. Yeah. Skip did come out, but anyway, play continues.
So back to the Melbourne Ice there for just a quick second. I was watching Lawrence, 18, and when I saw him the first time, I thought, like, this guy is on fire. He seemed to be a little reserved again last night too, which I was surprised because he's got talent galore.
Yeah, well, I thought Anderson and Fleming were the best 2 players for the Melbourne Ice last night, but shame that the rest of the team just couldn't. I mean, they were missing Tommy Powell and Matt Armstrong as well, so that did deflate them somewhat. But still, you know, with that kind of losing streak, you know, with the club the way it is in terms of the form right now, you'd really want to swing that the other way. As this one moved back now to Turner, and now on to Cam Todd, excuse me, fires that one up. Good idea there to spot Cliff at the blue line, and he's going to beat out the icing call, but not the check there from Joyce. The Kiwi puts Cliff as Todd returns the favour there on Ferguson. And Manco digging at the puck, and that will do it for period number 1 between the Mustangs and the Ice Dogs. The Mustangs lead 2-0 over Sydney. Your thoughts, Rod Johns?
Well, my thoughts are that if I was a Mustangs coach, I'd be pretty happy. I'm up 2-0, but not only am I up 2-0, I managed to kill 3 power plays, or penalty kills, sorry, and that's got to be a good thing. So they've got confidence, they've got momentum, and they're going to the dressing room with a 2-goal lead. If I'm the Ice Dogs, I'll be going, well, if I'm going to win this game, I got to stay out of the box, and I need to regroup and rethink about how better to control the puck in my own end.
So to wrap things up here after the first period, the Mustangs leading 2-0, goals to Pat O'Kane and Brett Ferguson. We'll be back with a second period of play shortly. Don't go away. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena for period number 2 of the Mustangs v Ice Dogs. Currently a 2-goal lead to the Mustangs, courtesy of Brent Ferguson and Pat O'Kane as we get underway. Slung across there to McMahon. As this one moved over and behind the net to Skip, who has to come out and flip this one around, courtesy of Dunwoody. It slid across and McMahon just tried to catch it with the skate. Fires one on net and Skip forced into a save. Just saw that at the last second as Dunwoody now backhands this one out of the zone, looking there to get to Kolajacek off to the races, but it's gloved down now here by McGregor, fired it up ice, and O'Kane just avoids the check there of Kolajacek, moved over now to Humphries, prodded that there by Dunwoody, slid in front, and Skip saw O'Kane parked right in front, and the Ice Dogs just get it over the neutral zone. And fired right back in as the Mustangs used the temporary break in play to get a line change. Fresh legs on the ice. Tillman rifles one across there to Kolajacek. Did pretty well to bat that one down out of midair. Slides it in behind the net, but turns it straight over now here to Damien Bright. Picked his pocket to Tillman. Tillman walking in, looking for a shot in the high slot. He shoots. Oh, and that was over the shoulder of Pitcairn, but the wrong side of the post as far as the scoreline is concerned. And now over to Thomas Manko. Back to Dunwoody. He just helps this one in. As Ferguson, first a back check now here for the Mustangs. Todd puts him into the glass. It's picked off and centered, but no one home for the Ice Dogs. Vyasov takes it in front of his own penalty box. And Manko looked to put him through the glass. And he was wiser to the check. Here's Vyasov now. Looking for Erzen on the point. Slides it across. Great job there from Ferguson as he was going to his stomach to try and make a play, and the puck ends up with Robertson in the opposite corner. Robertson now here to Ferguson. Mashed there by Pataki into the glass, and Ferguson again blows a tire, but the puck comes out now here to Erzen as Robertson calls for it at centre. 13:05 left to go, period number 2. Nice interception here by Cliff. He's done very well. Gets that one in as Todd gets put into the glass, and well, that ends up with Petri Pitkin as Billy Cliff and Brad Apps have a little bit of a word, and that will do it.
So obviously 2-0 Mustangs at the moment. The next goal from either team is a big deal. It can give the Mustangs a bit of a bigger step out, right? 3-0, or it brings the Ice Dogs back in the game at 2-1. So stay out of the box, stay focused, and set the stage.
I'm liking this energy from Brian Kolajacek he's brought so far. As he goes to his knees, it shoots in front, and Pitkin just did enough as McGregor puts it right out and over the blue line. As O'Kane lined up in front of the bench by a man twice his side in Grant Tillman. Kolajacek retreats, slides it across now here for Dunwoody. Playing the point tonight. This one slid across. Kolajacek is onside, and while he's got Humphries to deal with, Dunwoody, his pass is always received by O'Kane. The shot was wide. McMahon just, well, he threw that on net too, and was deflected now and on here to Grant Tillman. O'Kane can't, it's Humphries. You see what happened there? He went to the ice. Did he get hit?
I don't know. He went flying though. So he either caught his stick maybe.
Just behind the play there. So we've got a face off to the left here of Curtis Skip.
What do you know about Kolajacek?
Kolajacek, Belgian international. He said just played in the World, plays in the Beneliga over there in Belgium, which is a pretty competitive league. Wahabi Dodge of the CBR Brave and formerly Adelaide Adrenaline played over there 2 seasons ago, I believe. Here's Erzen now. His shot is blocked up high. McGregor with a nice stiff check there. As Apps goes in, Dunwoody gets checked. Oh, what a hit there. Just as we were talking about Kolajacek, Robertson straightened him out right in front of his own bench. There's a little bit more physical to start this period as Kolajacek returns the favour on Robertson. Robertson holds on to the puck this time, and the Dogs change personnel. Here's Erzen now, looking for options up high. Spots one there, and Anderson did well to get that through to Jones, who moves in over the blue line and around McGregor. Jones forced to retreat and deal this one back up to the blue line. Fired up and blocked up well there by Cam Todd. One-on-one now here with McCoy is Todd to the outside. Todd looking for a pass there to Cliff. He was pretty well covered though, but Cliff's done pretty well there to hold the line and hold on to the puck, although he's forced to give up a territorial advantage as McCoy comes up with the puck. McCoy just plays this safely off the boards. And the Dogs are going to get it back now here with Manko. And his pass is picked off there by Jones. Pataki will retreat here for the Sydney Ice Dogs. Cliff now at the half wall. Tried to chip that one past McCoy, who pinched in from the point. Manco. He's going to take over now. Cliff, he gets checked there by Ferguson. Held in by McCoy. Put back now here to Vyasov. Vyasov now, that's rifled out and held in there by McCoy. Pataki trying to glove this down. Bit of scrappy play here in this last 30 seconds or so. As McDowell and Pataki come together. And Cliff, oh, he put McDowell straight into the bench there. And Vyasov goes back the other way, slides it across. Ferguson with a one-timer, he struck iron. Gloved down by McDowell. What a save by Curtis Skip. Wow, two great chances there. One hit the pipe, one hit Skip's pad. And the Ice Dogs, well, they got out of jail on that occasion. Hey, well, they got out of jail, broke back in, broke back out.
That was a great little play by Ferguson. What a good shot. Watch this. Bingo. Off the crossbar or the post?
Crossbar, yeah. Well, actually, let's have a... And then, oh, that actually looked like it came off the other post too. So Kolajacek now with two Mustangs players to deal with, and he retreats and hands off now here to Dunwoody with Toolman and Woodrick out on this first line here for the Dogs. Well, looking to hit Kolajacek there was Toolman. Had the right idea as he pitched in from the point. Loose puck is skated onto here by Erzin. He swings this one over for O'Kane to do likewise as McGregor. He picks up a loose puck and a look there for Dunwoody initially, but Toolman's got it now here for the Dogs. Toolman, the hulking 6'5" frame now into a man the same stature of he is Geordie Woodrick. Woodrick now around Robertson, done a good job of protecting the puck and comes in out to Toolman, slams it in front, they score! Ice Dogs respond, it's 2-1. And just like that, the score down to 50% in terms of the deficit.
Who got it, Toolman?
Let's see who finished that play off. And it was Woodrick, Toolman on the centering pass, and I think it was Dave Dunwoody actually, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the replay. So, Stevenson.
Stevenson, yeah.
So Todd Stevenson has got one back for the Ice Dogs, and that's really silenced the crowd here at the O'Brien Group Arena. As the Mustangs, well, they controlled the first period without a doubt. Stevenson's 5th goal of the season is the first, excuse me, for the Dogs, a third of the game. And 1 goal the difference with the home team Mustangs leading 2-1. Has rifled up high off the glass. Pataki now. Nice pass there to find Jonathan Hoot. Well, he's conceded there to Sean Jones as the check from Anderson was effective. Anderson gets checked himself, and Carini skates in behind the net now here for the Ice Dogs with speed. Ships that one by. Was at the All-Star game just 2 weeks ago. Ellis Carini representing the Ice Dogs with Grant Toolman and Nathan Chialiti, who departed obviously during the week. Stevenson fired back in there by Pataki and picked up now here by the Mustangs. As Joyce, well, he blew a tire, coughed up the puck, picked up and moved in front. Carini was looking for it. Bright has it, and he comes through the neutral zone. A 3-on-3 here for the Mustangs. McDowell, his progress impeded legally there by McGregor. As the puck now comes into loose hands, and the Ice Dogs, well, a foot race of sorts, but Carini decided to concede there to Brett Ferguson. And with 8:23 remaining, the Mustangs still in front by 1. Ferguson evades the check there of Cliff. Cliff almost forced it back over the blue line. Turner did well to beat Vyasov to the puck. And here comes Cam Todd, the mighty Rouge. Shoots! It's loose in front. Oh, and Cliff went searching for the rebound. And Pitkanen did enough. Great play there from the Ice Dogs as this one moved in by Vyasov. Vyasov toe drag and the check, stick check of Cam Todd, the difference maker in that, as Vyasov had a half-open net to shoot at with the movement of Skip. That shot was blocked up high. The Sydney Ice Dogs receiving some heavy pressure here from the Mustangs in this last couple of shifts, although the Ice Dogs were the ones that did get on the board just moments ago. That's gone past McMahon. This is going to be icing unless Woodrick can beat it. No, he can't. And 7:32 to go here at the O'Brien Group Arena.
It's interesting because right before the Ice Dogs scored that goal, I was going to say that the last thing that you want to do is have Toolman and Woodrick with too much room to move, because they're very dangerous, and Toolman's quite a good playmaker and that sort of thing. So Isn't it funny that just right before that, right before I got the words out, they score.
I think my microphone just dropped out for that last 5 minutes, so that'll didn't make the cut as far as we apologise for that. Not that I'm sure that people are disappointed. Here's Cliff now, rifles that one off the glass. It's moved in here by Davies. Davies now slid across. Here's Humphreys, touches this pass off. Here's Davies now skating through the centre. Davies over the blue line and to the outside. And just holds onto the puck now with Robertson, slides it across. Erzen looked for the one time, I couldn't get it. And it's over now here to O'Kane. There's a college A-check over the blue line. Back now here to Woodrick. Woodrick now. Loose in front. Tillman jams at it. Pinkerton has the paddle down and he holds on. And a little bit of rough and tumble, but nothing too much. And we'll get a whistle. As Robertson and Pataki are keen. And we'll see if Jeff Scott gives either of them. Well, he's got Pataki, and I'm sure Robertson will follow him to the penalty box.
Look at the play. Tillman had that, and he just lost control of the puck. Otherwise, that was gone. Right?
So, well, Robertson, yeah, we gave him a little bit of what, the AFL jumper punches. There was a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was anything too much in it.
No.
But 4-4, I think, is the good call. And yep, Jeff Scott, coincidental minors here, so we'll have
Watch
4-4.
He had this all the way, right? And he just lost the puck.
It was a great save there from Petri Pitkänen.
Yep.
But no, that was a great setup there by Grant Tillman. Into play there, by Woodrick to Tillman.
Absolutely.
And as you can see, there you go. Pataki and Robertson. Move to here to McCoy. McCoy now. Checked there by Lee Turner. Former Sydney Bear. As Dunwoody got the puck back. Oh, it's stolen here by Ferguson. Ferguson moving into the high slot. Got McMahon on the point, calling out. Ferguson just holds on to it, decides to go it himself. Ferguson still got it. And, well, just maybe one move too many. That shot saved by Skip. As McMahon fired one in from the point. Ferguson again has the puck. Bit of an expert in drawing players to him, particularly as far as this game's concerned. McCoy now. Back now here to McDowell with McMahon. He shoots, and that one's stopped by Skip. It's loose, but the rebound cleared here by Lee Turner. And he skates up ice down the near side. Chipped past McMahon, but he did good on the second go. It's loose in front of the Mustangs bench, cleaned up again by Brett Ferguson. Man, he's having a good one so far. Picked up now here to McDowell. McDowell down the outside. He shoots, great glove by Skip. And he decides to hold on, and we'll get a whistle.
You're right, Ferguson is having a good game, but you're also correct. One move too many. Get into position, take the shot. You can't beat everybody, so use the opposition players as a screen and have someone drive the net, right? So
5:44 to go. As we said, the Ice Dogs, they'll play the Melbourne Ice tomorrow night here at the O'Brien Group Arena. And the Ice, well, they're currently riding a 6-game losing streak now, I think. And the Ice Dogs, they'll have the Ice Dogs next week, as this one, we'll talk about that a bit later, as a shot fired there by Bright, and that was up high. The Ice Dogs there, they have the Ice tomorrow, and then they have the Ice again next week. And that's up in Macquarie, obviously. Then the Thunder, then the North Stars. So the Melbourne Ice is, in terms of their form, as this one in behind the play. Tillman is in behind, but Bright to beat Tillman now. Moving in, Tillman delays, shoots. Oh, Woodrick scores. That's all class from the Sydney Ice Dogs, end to end, and it's 2-2.
Well, dude, I hate to sound like a broken record, but at the end of it, there's the two dudes right there that you have to watch. So you can't be watching the puck carrier without watching the other guys to see what's going on. Because if you're smart, you're trying to draw the defense to you and look for the open guy, and he did that. Everyone was watching the puck carrier, and no one was watching the guy coming in. So you can't afford to do that when you have two smart hockey players playing against you.
Great patience there by Grant Tillman. Knew where Woodrick was, delayed. And Woodrick's got his 6th of the season. He moves to 14 points on the year. 19 points on the year. Tillman 1 point ahead of him on 20 with that assist. There's McGregor now. He starts out down the high side. We've got a brand new hockey game in terms of the scoreline. 5 minutes to go here in the second period. 10 seconds left on the coincidental minors, and we'll be back to 5-on-5 as Pataki's long-range try. Glove down initially, Pickett lost it, and they score! It's 3-2! Pickett had the initial stop. He bobbled it. It was loose. Cam Todd was right there, and he made no mistake. And that's his first goal of the season. And, well, the Ice Dogs, just like that, 3 goals second period, they're in front.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Hoot there. He had the initial try, but then Todd picked up the scraps.
But you could see Pickett had the puck, and he didn't get good control.
Yeah.
And he gave him another go at it, and I'm sure he would love to have that back.
Yeah. So here's Woodrick. Pataki sliding in as McMahon had him pretty well covered, and we'll have a whistle.
Petrie's been playing pretty well too, so that's really unfortunate because, you know, you just can't allow these guys to have another go, and he just lost control of the puck.
Yep.
He came free, and bingo, it's in.
So no one sent around by College. AJ Woodrick's lurking. Oh, what a save by Patrick Pickett! He just robbed Geordie Woodrick right on the doorstep, and that's the save he needed to make. Here's Ferguson the other way. Toolman going back. Wow, Patrick Pickett, and we've seen some beauty stops so far this weekend. One from Alexi Toivonen and one from Patrick Pickett, and here's Toolman, and one from Mikey James. It slid across. College Achek trying to connect there with Toolman. Now to Vyasov. He starts to break the other way. A potential 3-on-2 here, unwinding for the Mustangs. Vyasov, oh, great play by Pataki to spot that pass and break it up and at least push the Mustangs back into their own defensive zone. Davies takes this one. I had to have his head up if his opposite number had him in the crosshairs. O'Kane forced wide. And the Dogs with the impetus at the moment. Urza digging at the puck. Vyasov's done well to keep it onside. Flows it across now. Here to Davies with a try, and that was blocked off the shin pads of Carini's. Davies gets it right back. Looking for an outlet. He's got one in Brett for Troy Robertson, excuse me, and well, didn't get much on that shot. And the puck comes all the way back to Robertson, but this time in his own end. Although Carini there was lurking on the forecheck, and some good forechecking from the Dogs has coughed up a takeaway. Here's Stevenson. Oh, here's Carini in front. Carini just couldn't get control to get a shot. He's still got the puck though. Here's Carini. Just touches this one off. Held by Dunwoody, who puts it back in deep. Picked up by Carini now. Carini looking for an outlet. Got McGregor at the point. Gives it down. Goes in short there to Hoot and didn't get much on it. And Humphreys cleans up a loose puck. Here's Dunwoody now. He sweeps at it. Gets checked into the glass for his trouble. O'Kane fires it right back out, and McGregor's going to take it as offside is the call. And Hoot is going to take it now. Sorry, he's going to the bench. What am I talking about? Here's McGregor now, and Dunwoody. Got to get my I's and T's mixed up. Here's McGregor. He fires it across. That was behind Todd, but onto the stick of Brendan McDowell it goes, and the Ice Dogs complete their line change. Ferguson at centre, 2-on-2 the other way here for the Dogs. Ferguson a try, and straight into the chest it goes of Curtis Skip.
Well, you're right. Ferguson's having a whale of a game, isn't he? He seems to be all over the place. He's got the puck. I would like to know how many shots he's had so far.
Here's the save from... Geordie Woodrick was looking for goal number 2, and Petri Pickinen said 9. Or whatever. Well, that's German. I don't know finish. So here's McCoy. That was blocked up high. Vyasov digs at it with Cam Todd. With Cliff. Two mighty Roos combining. Here's Todd. Done well, but the shot was just high and wide of the glove of Petri Pickinen after a good move cutting across the slot there from Todd. Throws the check on the corner. McMahon. Pass up to Ferguson. Ferguson across there to Vyasov over the line. Vyasov tried to chip that one through. A shot. Save. Skip made was great. And it was off the shoulder and into the opposite corner. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in period number 2. 1 goal game. The Dogs 3, the Mustangs 2. Robertson to McCoy. And that was evaded everyone, and Pataki wheels around and decides to take charge now here for the Dogs. Gets by O'Kane, manages to get the blue line, but straight back out, and it comes to Humphreys at the opposite blue line. Humphreys with Davies. Davies in the high slot. He'll had his pocket pick, comes to O'Kane, and some good stick work there prevented that attacking drive here from the Mustangs. Here's Davies at centre ice. Nice pick there from Toolman. Toolman's breaking in to the outside. Got Woodrick in front. Toolman tried to center the puck. Now here to College HX. Now to Woodrick. Toolman outside of the net. Toolman. Oh, what a shot. And what a save there from Pickett. Went off the top of his stick as Toolman throws the shoulder there on Humphreys. Looking for a late one. Here are the Dogs. They are 3-2 up, making a look at 4-2. Woodrick centers it in front. College HX there, but the puck doesn't get through to him, and it comes onto the stick now here of Erzen. And, well, that pass has missed everyone. It's going to be icing. Oh, cancelled out there by the linesman. And that's play with a high stick. And, oh, he didn't touch it again. Okay. Bit trigger happy on the whistle there, and not so trigger happy on the icing.
So what happened there?
So that should have probably been an icing there.
Absolutely.
And then the high stick, Geordie high sticked it but didn't touch it again. So, oh well.
But I wonder where was the logic of no icing on that?
Yeah. As you could hear the appeals from the Sydney Ice Dog bench. Don't know if that bled into our audio. Probably did. Well, Max certainly did last night at the end of the second. As this is loose. No one can really get a hold. But Ferguson did and forced Skip into a save. As this is behind the net. Ferguson, that man again, has the puck now. Looking for someone to get the puck to. He's found that. Someone in Michael McMahon. His shot is blocked, but it comes up to McDowell with a shot. A good save by Skip. And Carini cleans up the rebound. As Dunwoody has to go chase Ferguson. 16 seconds off. Mustangs looking for a late one, and that was centered and bobbled out. Much to the relief there of Curtis Skip. It's flicked up no harder here to McMahon as a couple of players chop at it. Hoot in front of the penalty box just fires this one in deep, and that will do it for period number 2. It was all Sydney Ice Dogs, 3 straight unanswered goals. They have the lead, Rod Johns.
Well, you know, I was going to say to you before, one thing that the Mustangs don't do well is they don't hold the lead, okay? So they had an opportunity at 2-0 to open the gap and make it 3, and here we are. It's 3-2, and they're just going to have to go back in the dressing room and have a long, hard look at what went wrong there, because they dominated the first period, and then they let the Ice Dogs come back in. Get 1, get 2, and all of a sudden 3, and now you're behind going into the dressing room for the third period. Not where they want to be.
No, it is not indeed. And your goal scorers in that period, Woodrick, Stevenson, that's Todd Stevenson, and the last one there went to, I can't remember, I just called his name, but I'll get that back.
Todd, so Stevenson, Woodrick, and Todd got the 3 goals.
That's exactly it. Todd Stevenson and Todd. So thank you very much.
That's all right. That's what I'm here for you, brother.
It's 3-2 after 2. We'll be back with a third shortly. Don't go away. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena for the third and final period between the Sydney Ice Dogs and the Mustangs. A 3-goal second period saw the Ice Dogs take the lead. Goals to Todd Stevenson, Todd, and Geordie Woodrick.
This slide, they had them 2-0, and they let them back into the game. Now they've got to regroup and put one away and start clawing them back. And for the Ice Dogs, they need to build the barrier bigger.
As the Dogs gain possession of the puck through McGregor, just left the puck behind it. You can see there's still a fair bit of water there. At centre in front of Skip, and he has to prod it out. Fired right back there by McCoy, and Skip got most of his glove on that and put it out to the side. You see the puck not travelling too well to start this period, as we get an offside call, and that'll be a neutral zone face-off.
I wonder how much Skip saw that, though, because there's traffic in front of him again. So that's what you want. You want to get in front of these guys and make their life miserable.
Well, Mitch Humphries has been doing that to great effect for the Mustangs. Did it very well last night as well for against the Melbourne Ice. So it's a score update from the Sydney Bears and Newcastle North Stars there up in Macquarie and Sydney. The Bears up 1-0 after 2 periods of play. As this one rifled around, CBR Brave and Adrenaline, the other game in progress at the moment, is here's Woodrick. He fires, and Pitkin just saw it at the last minute, got the shoulder on it, and he forced it into the corner. Kolajacek overskates the puck. It's picked up by Toolman, patrolling the offensive zone. Here's Woodrick with a give and go to Toolman, and his shot, well, it was blocked. And you can see the puck just trickled past Erzin. As Pataki now looking for options. Goes it now here to Davies. Davies looking, and he shoots. A good save there by Skip. He just got enough on it to force it into the kick plate to the right. Here's the Ice Dogs through Marino. Hasn't seen much ice time so far this evening, but he's on the ice now. Turner picks it up. Turner fires that one back in, and McMahon just steered that one before it got through to Pitkin. 18:34 to go. Turner just tried to dip that in deeper. Cliff digging at it. He can't get stick to puck, and Davies does. And he's had a good one too, as Ben Davies, as Humphries slides it back to Davies. Give and go time here for the Mustangs. Is Davies on the go? Well, left the puck behind. Manco, too much pressure there on the Great Britain International. And the Ice Dogs regain control here through Dave Dunwoody, all the way back in their own goal line. Sent across now here to Todd, who got the last Ice Dogs goal. Todd, nice moves, goes Todd to the outside, looking to someone to hand the puck off to. Can't find anyone so far, so he centers now. And picked up by Turner with a tight angle shot, and that's steered aside pretty comfortably by Pitkin. And the Ice Dogs, though, have the Mustangs still hemmed in their own zone, but looks like McMahon's going to buy them some breathing room. But Todd in aggressively on the forecheck, and the Dogs still have them hemmed in. Cliff did a good job to keep that puck onside. Here's Todd now, puts it in deeper. Cliff gives chase with McMahon right on his case and puts him into the glass. McCoy backhands this one out now here. Manco decides to keep the play alive. Now here to Cliff as they joust in the corner. Anderson puts the shoulder on Cliff and puts the puck out. And Manco's going to have to retreat as both teams take advantage of a line change. As Woodrick picks it up now. Here to Toolman. Toolman turns on the speed and looks for Kolajacek. Now Woodrick just couldn't get a trickling puck, and Ferguson swings the other way. 3-on-2 here for the Mustangs. Ferguson, he left the puck behind, but McGregor had done enough. And he turns up ice and gets a here to Toolman, who's parked himself in behind the Mustangs defense. A little bit too much on that pass, but it matters not, as Toolman's got it back in front of the net, and he just sprayed it wide. Wow, best chance of the period so far for the Sydney Ice Dogs, and to double their lead. Here's McGregor. Fans on it. Vyasov in, playing the lone hand on the forecheck there for the Mustangs. Toolman picks it up and banks it off the kick plate. Here for Pataki, who's been very good for the Ice Dogs in defence so far this evening. Kolajacek with Toolman. 2-on-2 time now here for the Dogs. Drops it off to Toolman to the outside. Toolman back to Kolajacek, and he scores! That was all class again from the Ice Dogs. They now have a 2-goal lead. Welcome to the Sydney Ice Dogs, Brian Kolajacek.
But watch Toolman, okay? Most guys would have taken that puck and taken the shot, but he had his eye on Kolajacek and just waited. And again, everyone's watching the puck carrier, and Kolajacek had the whole net. Just watch this. Thank you very much, dude.
Yep, and it was
Troy, I think.
Troy Robinson, yeah, the trailing defenseman.
Yeah.
But a goal on debut for Brian Kolajacek for the Sydney Ice Dogs, and that's now 4-2. And as we talked about off air, Rod, the Mustangs doing what the Ice did last night. Here's Humphries, a period earlier too, as this one's sent around to Todd. Davies fished out now, just held on the blue line. Well, McMahon almost did so. He has to pivot around and buy some time. He's got too many Dogs players in his way. And Davies will take the puck now here for the Mustangs. And here come the Dogs again. Cliff with a shot. Good block, it saved by Pitkin. And that rebound trickled all the way out to centre and opened up a break the other way here to O'Kane. O'Kane fires. Skip saw it all the way in a calm glove save.
Well, but that was better though. Okay, so these guys, this is the Mustangs, they need to be on the ball and they need to make the momentum happen. Flaherty, no equals A in English. A Malay, no goal. That's very good, Mr. Flaherty, and that's a very testing
We have to try and work this into the broadcast.
For a second there, I thought that was very scientific too. Okay.
Well, I heard another version of no goal in the intermission in our audio, but that's a PG version. So 15:42 to go, and the Mustangs now have an offensive zone face-off, but they need to take advantage. They need to score next to keep within pace here of the Ice Dogs, who are surging at the moment. Ferguson, plenty of traffic in front there, as you can see. Jones and McDowell both camped in front of Skip. And Jones is going to go and chase this one and beat Manco to the puck. It's picked up there by Hoot. He gets shouldered into the glass. McDowell steals it. Ferguson finds the open man here in Jones. He fires and he scores!
There you go.
Instant reply from the Mustangs, and they're back within one. Jones with a goal.
And who had the puck? Ferguson. So he sees Jones on the far side. Instead of throwing the puck away, he gives Jones the puck, and Jones winds up and scores. And it's 4-3. So, dude, it's like a revolving door.
Great shot there. Skip, a bit disappointed that he probably should have saved that.
He should have had that, I think. Okay, so he had Jones out to the far side, right? And he'd come out far enough to cut the angle down on him. So for considering the game that he's had, I would have thought he would have had that.
So Sean Jones, his 5th goal of the year. He moves to 8 points on the year, 6th in scoring in terms of production for the Mustangs this season. He's having quite the year, actually. There's that one plotted out. Woodrick now over the blue line. Now he left the puck sort of in two minds as to what he was going to do with it. Davies now down the far side. Davies with Humphries going towards the net. Humphries, oh, he's knocked over by Toolman. What a stiff check that was. And a timely one for the Dogs, but the Mustangs still have it. O'Kane across to McCoy. What a save by Curtis Skip. And that was a chance to level the game for the Mustangs, and the Ice Dogs goaltender made sure of it as referee Jeff Scott gets muscled there by O'Kane, I'm sure accidentally. There's a backhand shot there from Marino. And how did that stay out? I don't know, because Pitkin was beat to the far side. That's sent across, and well, that evades Toolman and all the Mustangs players as Marino throws the body. Woodrick breaking back in now here for the Ice Dogs. You can feel this tempo in this game has gone up in this last couple of minutes. Dunwoody trying to pick up a loose puck. He threads that one through, and it was shot into the chest, excuse me, there of McCoy. And well, seized upon there by Geordie Woodrick after the Mustangs were caught napping, and Pitkin to the rescue.
And it was a good thing that Pitkin was there on that one, boy, because Geordie Woodrick was right where he was meant to be. A one-timer, and bingo.
As he pretty good tackle, actually. Well, actually, no, it would have been holding the man. So this one moved in by Manco, sent it in front, and Joyce's skate deflects that puck home, but it's picked up here by Todd, looking for Cliff in the slot, but he's got 3 Mustangs players to contend with. Todd, bumped there by Robertson. Here's Ferguson. Ferguson, he's done well to win the puck. He's had quite the game, Brett Ferguson, and he's got a 3-on-2 break the other way with Jones, the latest goal scorer for the Mustangs. Ferguson, and I think the idea was to go to McDowell, but Skip said no.
Well, and on top of that, the puck was bouncing too, so he saw McDowell, and he was trying to be a little clever, but the puck was bouncing, and that never happened, and Skip was right there to make sure that he didn't get a second go at it.
Yeah, it's very hard to settle that one down. Here's the draw now. The Mustangs win it. Robertson has it. The right side of the blue line. Just plays it in now here for Ferguson again. Got McDowell with him and Jones parked in front of there. McDowell with a one-time shot. And Skip, I don't think it got through to him. I think that was the skate there of Lee Turner that cancelled that one out. He tried to find... Oh, Cliff was lined up by Joyce. Surely that's interference.
Absolutely.
Cliff never touched the puck, and while the Mustangs got away with that, as Cliff was stood up there at the blue line by Kahu Joyce, and, well...
That's interesting that he never got a penalty for that, because it was fairly obvious, and it was like in the open.
Yeah, it didn't. It was a knee-height pass too, and never touched the puck. But yeah,
that's the kind of thing you can't afford to do. You can't afford to take a penalty like that, you know.
Yeah.
Not at a time like this.
Here's Humphries. His wraparound is just off the side of the net, and Humphries will get a second go at it. Humphries cycles it for O'Kane to skate onto. Marino chips it around, looking now here for College A-Check. Marino comes to the rescue. College A-Check just goes through his skates. Oh, he made a turnover though, and his teammate Pataki bails him out as Marino throws the shoulder there on Humphries. Didn't knock him to the ice, but did enough to put pressure on him. We've got a penalty coming up now against the Ice Dogs. That shot from McCoy is saved by Skip through traffic, and we'll get a whistle.
Well, you know what always amazes me? It's 4-3, and you're leading, and then you're in your own end, and College A-Check has the puck. He's a good, smart hockey player, and he looks cross-ice through traffic, and the puck almost gets picked up in the slot, and he's wishing he never did that.
Yep.
That's a fundamental error that shouldn't be going on.
As James Marino is the offender to the box, and a pivotal power play coming up for the Mustangs, and best chance for them to draw level here in this third period. 12:42 to go. As Humphries now. It's back to Ferguson, who's manning the point on this first power play unit here for the Mustangs. Part of their Mosquito fleet. Been dubbed earlier in the season. Davies and O'Kane. Ferguson now. Back to Davies, but just couldn't take the pass. Manko right on his case. Davies does well to shake him off and get it through to Ferguson. High slot shot, great save, Skip, loose puck, and that's cleared there by Manko.
Good setup by Davies. Ferguson was in exactly the right spot.
Just couldn't put the finishing touch on it, but Skip was the better on that challenge. As Ferguson now just pulls up and waits for his compatriots to take positions, one of them being Davies. Back to Ferguson. He looks for the shot, dishes off to O'Kane with a drive, and that was off the shoulder of Skip and into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage.
Well, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Ferguson is certainly having a good game. He's had the puck a fair amount of time. He's not greedy with it. He's looking all... Great little play there. O'Kane gets a good shot off. Skip makes a good save.
70 seconds remaining on this man advantage. That shot into the netting off the deflection of Lee Turner's stick, and we'll have take two to the left of Curtis Skip.
If you're going to be a broken record, as my producer has now said, is it a 45 or a 33 and a third?
Yeah. Is it a Technics turntable or is it a Vestax? We'll get into that debate later. Here's Robertson. They don't make the Technics anymore. Here's a shot there from McMahon. It's loose in the slot, and Turner without a stick is going to have to try and kick this one, or he gets shouldered there by Robertson. But he took it pretty well. Here's Robertson with McMahon on the other point. Dak now here to Jones. Ice Dogs really down to three players without Turner without a stick. Loose there as Todd tried to lift the stick of Vyasov. McMahon has the puck on the right side of the blue line. One-time shot from Robertson, and I think that was deflected off Matt Anderson. As this one goes the other way, Todd retreats to the bench as Turner does as well. A change of PK unit now here for the Dogs. 30 seconds remaining on this man advantage for the Mustangs. Vyasov just couldn't get the pass there from Jones as Anderson comes to pick up a loose puck in the corner. Sends it across to Davies. He fires. Good save made there by Woodrick, and he cleans it up here for Sydney. 11 minutes remaining. That'll pretty much do it here for the Mustangs power play unit, barring one last surge up the ice, but it looks like even strength is going to get the better of them with only 5 seconds left on the penalty to Marino. Here's Davies now. Got 3 and 4 and now 5 Dogs players to beat. So he loses the puck there to Tillman, who's done pretty well. That broken shaft, I think, got caught in the blade there of Ben Davies. Here's Tillman now. Tillman drives to the net, tries to stuff it home. It's loose in front, and well, Pickett had made the initial stop, and then I think Pat O'Kane thought the puck was underneath him. Humphries goes down. Fans want a penalty. Play continues. Here's McCoy.
Complaining to the ref about something.
As that was sent the rest of the ice, and Erzin goes back now here for the Mustangs. Well, It was interesting that game last night when Todd Graham hit Andrew Erzin, and Pat O'Kane, of all people, as that's gone into the bench, came in to challenge Todd Graham. And I think that's the first time in the 5 years Pat's been in the league that I've seen that.
He's really not happy. Look at him. He's having a go. He was having a go at him while the play was going on, and it was like then he got the puck and decided, oh, I'll pick the puck up and start playing. Whoa.
Uncharacteristic. I haven't seen him. Usually not that kind of player. Well, not usually frustrated easily.
Right there. It starts right there.
Yeah.
So whether he was complaining about how Humphreys got hit,
I don't think so, because he was on his stomach in front of the net, so he must have copped one, or claimed he copped one at least. I didn't see it. So 4-3 still the score. 10 minutes remaining if you've just tuned in. The Dogs and Mustangs. Dogs part of their double-header weekend here at the O'Brien Group Arena. They will take on the Melbourne Ice tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to join us for that one. Here's McDowell with Jones. Good job from Dunwoody, one-handed to get that puck away. Pushed out by Pataki, and Bright and McMahon will have to go give chase. And, well, it's going to elude both of them for the icing call.
It'd be interesting to see that again, because there definitely was something going on. And, like, you don't usually see Pat in the referee's face like that.
No. Or challenging guys.
Yeah.
So, first, but maybe he knows his old man's here. He's just trying to show him he's a bit decent, better player. Or different player. Anyway, here's Ferguson. That one shot off the boards. McMahon's going to have to pick it up. Cliff, well, almost batted that one out of there with one hand on his stick, excuse me. Bright trying to win this puck against two Ice Dogs players. And this is forced out to the neutral zone, and a 3-on-3 the other way. Here's Ferguson. Oh, Cliff had him lined up. And penalty now. And Billy Cliff doesn't agree. Be interesting, because Ferguson was trying to cut across, and Cliff was coming to give chase. So I think Cliff is, well, he's rightfully upset he didn't get the penalty over there at the blue line from Kahu Joyce. But
yeah, he doesn't look happy.
Mighty Roo representative Billy Cliff. Let's have a look. Here's Ferguson. He's got the puck. Yeah, well, I can't tell from that angle.
You got to see it from the other side.
Yeah. So this one's slapped out. The Mustangs with another power play here, looking for that tying goal. The Ice Dogs another 2 minutes of penalty kill to look forward to. College A-Check giving chase here to Ferguson, who pulls up here at the half wall, dishes it off now here to O'Kane, arriving late. His shot through traffic into the glass as Davies was looking for the crumbs, and a good job there from McGregor to clear the puck, and it comes out all the way down to the opposite end. 8:45 remaining, 90 seconds remaining on the man advantage here for the Mustangs. You haven't scored since about 5 minutes ago. Before that, it was the first period. Here's Humphreys now, and that was blocked by Pataki. O'Kane over to, oh, good shot there from Humphreys, but that was wide. Ferguson looking for the rebound and poked out there, and again by Tillman. Dunwoody the initial clearing attempt. Oh, that was very,
I don't know about that.
Very, very close. This one, I'm sure the coach's challenge would be invoked if it was an option in the AIHL. Here's O'Kane.
They'd be wanting to go to the video.
Here's Davies now. Vyasov arriving late. One-time shot. Oh, Skip didn't see it until the very last second, but I think Dunwoody's shoulder pads, thankfully, turned that aside as far as the Ice Dogs were concerned. Here's Ferguson. His shot is blocked there by Tillman. And Vyasov tries to clear the puck. Vyasov slips it through now here to Humphreys. Humphreys in front of one-time shot. What a save by Skip, the rebound. And I think Skip got a piece of that second save.
I think he did too.
Oh, Curtis Skip. Your goaltender is your best penalty killer, and Curtis Skip completely defining that phrase right now. Here's Ferguson. 7:30 to go. 15 seconds left on the penalty here to Cliff. The Dogs have killed off the man advantage thus far. Ferguson looking for options. He has Anderson, and McMahon decides to hand off now here to Vyasov. Left the puck behind, and that's swatted away by Manko. Turner trying to get a stick to puck, and Cliff rejoins the action, and we're back at even strength. The Dogs hanging on to their one-goal lead. Anderson, he wheels out of the top of the circle. Anderson now looking there for Jones. Connects with him now. Jones will left the puck behind. Turner goes for the loose puck. He's got two Mustangs players. Todd bails him out. Cliff now down the far side. Cliff gets around McMahon, does well, but Anderson comes in and provides extra pestilence, and the puck goes the way here of the Mustangs. Robertson now just chips it up ahead. Jones is in behind, one-on-one. Jones trying to get it out. Dunwoody fanned on it, and Turner cleans up, and the Dogs the other way trying to catch the Mustangs on a change. Here's Todd to the outside. Oh, and he tried to get to Kolajacek. And that was played with a high stick. And we'll get a whistle.
Did Pitkin get a piece of that too coming across, or did it hit something?
No, I think it hit something on the way through. We'll see on the replay. Cam Todd's a little shaken up on the play after he was hit pretty hard. I think there by Erzin. Or Pat O'Kane, I think it was. He's hunched over, making his way to the bench. Let's have a look at the replay. This is the other way. This is the Curtis Skip. There's the save there, and just went wide. But great save nonetheless. But 6:30 to go. Humphreys will pick the puck up, but decides to go back to Robertson. And now on to Davies with Humphreys on this attack, but good pestilence applied there by Kolajacek. Toolman missed Davies. O'Kane's got it now. O'Kane shoots. Good save by Skip, who got the paddle on it. Puck trickles through here to Humphreys. He fans on that shot as Marino misses it. Side of the net here for O'Kane. Gives it down to Davies, and I think that was deflected off the stick of Marino in front of the net. The Ice Dogs get it up now here to Kolajacek. One-on-one. He skips around one, and, well, the shoulder, or hip, I'd say, of Robertson proved enough. And the Mustangs take control deep in their own end. Time becoming the enemy now here of the Mustangs if they're to tie this game. There is plenty of it, though. But gets a lot more difficult and desperate the longer you go into the period. Here's Dodd looking for Pataki. Just chips that one out, looking here for Cam Todd again with Toolman there at the blue line. Good play by Toolman to open the door now here for Todd, who's 1-on-2. Todd splits the tee. Todd moving and he shoots. Oh, great save by Pitkin. It's loose at the side of the net, but Erzin's there to bail out the Mustangs. Cam Todd just undressed the Mustang defense, and Pitkin to the rescue of his team yet again.
Who was that, Erzin, that he blew past?
Yeah. And Robertson, yeah. But Erzin was the primary undressee, if you like.
Which is surprising. I mean, he went right by him, so Andrew must have been watching the puck and not the man.
It's Humphreys.
Right there, see?
It was Humphreys the other one, but yeah, great save by Pitkin. Not to go down too quick, yeah. But Cam Todd, great play from him. Already has one tonight. Only rejoined the team a couple of weeks ago after his Mighty Roos stint over at the Worlds in the Netherlands. Here's Toolman. Toolman now just drifts to the outside. He gets a dump in after the shoulder there from McMahon. Kolajacek puts it in behind for Woodrick to skate onto. He's been pretty quiet this period by his standards. Slid across there by Toolman. And, well, Dunwoody's going to have to go play fetch now here for the Ice Dogs. Dunwoody now slips it across as Toolman was offside, unfortunately. Woodrick retreats. It's McCoy now. 4:30 to go. McDowell rifles one across the head of Vyasov, chipped and up into the stands, but dropped at second slip, and we'll have a whistle.
Well, Woodrick and Toolman, it's interesting because, like you just said, they're not doing much, but you got to watch them carefully because when you think they've gone to sleep, bingo.
I said the departure of Nathan Chialiti looks like, based on, you know, I've only seen 2.5 periods of Brian Kolajacek. He seems more than an ample replacement for them tonight. And obviously, Strat Allen, the other import as well, is not in the lineup this evening.
Where's Strat again?
He's not playing. He's the 5th import this year. So I was speaking with Coach Andrew Petrie before the game, just discussing the Ice Dogs moves in terms of the roster, as this one moved back and picked up now here by Hoot. Robertson now with Davies. Davies to the near side. He tries to slip that one through to a streaking Vyasov, but it beats everyone. And Skip says, I'll stop that for you, fellas.
So 5th import by choice or let's have a Mala Jonesy. Okay, dude, now you've got to define that one. Get a goal, Jonesy. What do you reckon?
Urban Dictionary.
I know.
Well,
I should know all that because I got 322,000 Finnish friends. So,
which is probably, what, 10% of the population of Finland? As this moved out now here to Cliff. 1-on-1 now here with McCoy. Cliff tries to chip and chase, and McCoy did well to prevent Cliff's progress. Here's Vyasov now. Vyasov trying to toe drag his way through the slot. Ferguson picks up what Vyasov left behind. His shot was stopped there by by Skip, and that was cleared by Cliff. As the Dogs now have the puck. 3.5 to go. Shot up to center ice. Todd, the lone hand up there for the Ice Dogs. McCoy deep in his own net, deep in his own zone. And McMahon has the puck now here for the Mustangs. Puts it up now here to Vyasov. Chip and chase. And Ferguson was at least a metre offside. And we'll have a pass, offside pass, all the way back at the opposing blue line. So yeah, don't forget, tomorrow, 4 p.m, the Melbourne Ice and the Sydney Ice Dogs on AIHL TV. 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. I hope you join us for that. 3 games of hockey on offer this week at the O'Brien Group Arena. The Dogs will play their first Friday night Melbourne Derby, Sydney Derby. What do I say? Battle of Sydney. Here's O'Kane now in on a breakaway. O'Kane just skipped a beat. Great save by Skip. Gets the pad down. And Skip forced to make another save there, O'Kane, but that was a lot more comfortable than the prior effort. Here's Erzin. Yeah, that was almost picked off by College A-check. Tillman and Woodrick out on this first line now here for the Dogs. So we'll shorten the bench of Davies. We've got a penalty coming up against the Ice Dogs. Slash is the call, and you can hear the protest from the Sydney bench. And it's 4-on-4. So 2 players going. So let's have a look. It's going to be Dunwoody and Davies both going. 4-on-4. Slash. So 250. Listen, I didn't see the Slash was the initial call. There's Dunwoody there. Oh, there's a hook. But then Davies did something as well to, I think he had a chop at Curtis Skip there. Maybe that's just out of frame. I didn't see what Davies got the penalty for. Well, interesting. So it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey here for the last 2 minutes. Then we'll be back to 2 minutes and 54 seconds of 5-on-5, of course, if there's no penalties. That changed that scenario. And well, that's going to be a difficult one here for the Stangs, because they'll be looking to get Picken into the bench if they can't score here in the next minute or so. Here's Ferguson. Trying to get around Manco. Ferguson cut off there by McGregor, but still got the puck, has Ferguson. Slides it across, looking for McMahon. Bouncing puck, and McMahon couldn't do much with it. And 2:30 to go here. 90 seconds on the coincidental minors. Picked up now here by Ferguson. 2-on-2 again versus 7 and 8, that of Manco and McGregor. A quick shot from Humphries, and Manco was in the way. Throws the check there on Humphries. Humphries trying to get control of the puck and done a pretty good job of protecting it thus far. Gets it across, but Tillman there with a long reach says, I'll take that before it gets to Jack McCoy. And Tillman wheels around his own face-off circle and starts up now here with Woodrick. And I think that was offside a little bit. There's Woodrick. His shot is gloved by Pickenen, and we'll get a whistle.
That was a good little play by Woodrick, though, too, because Humphries was right there, and he timed it perfect and slid it past Humphries as he cut across him.
Yep.
And then looked to see what other option he had. He had Tillman or the shot, so
the Ice Dogs looking for goal number 5, and Billy Cliff, well, he can't buy one tonight. Pretty rough go at the office, I would say. Here's Vyasov. Starts out in front of his own net. Vyasov with College A-check in hot pursuit. Gets around Cliff as well. Vyasov to the outside.
Pickens looking to the bench now.
Is that Damien Holland looking at Pitkin as well, goaltending coach for the Mustangs. Bit of a yard sale there at centre ice in terms of Ice Dogs jerseys. Picked up now here by Cam Todd. Slips it through now here to Cliff off the deflection there off the skates of McDowell. Spots Pataki. That's offside. Good call there by the linesman. And we'll have a face-off in front of the Sydney Ice Dogs bench.
Well, if you're Max, 1:25 left on the clock, he's got to get that goaltender out.
Yep.
And he's got to make something happen here. He's looking, and he's making the scene and the moves.
So he's standing up in the low slot already. So I'd say if they get the draw into the zone, they will. Yep, Pitkinen's still waiting. And, well, this is it, locked in deep. I thought there'd be a good chance to get him in now.
Here he comes.
Yeah, here comes Pitkinen to the bench. So 5 skaters on now here for the Mustangs. Obviously, we're still at 4-on-4 in terms of penalties, but 5-on-4 now here for the as well. We've got some kind of stoppage in the crease as Ferguson had parked himself there a little too long. and that's going to come outside the zone. Tillman and O'Kane have a little bit of a friendly chat. Obviously not about the scoreline, I would say. 13 seconds left on the coincidentals to Dunwoody and Ben Davies. And we've got a timeout called here by Max Parent. 1:08 left on the clock. So
well, if you're Ice Dogs and you have the puck, that's what you want, right? So
yep.
The last thing you want to do is throw the puck away and give the Mustangs an opportunity. And a lot of guys will do that, you know?
Yep.
It's not the way to go.
The Mustangs, they've got to take some kind of points out of this game.
Yep.
Looking at their schedule ahead, I mean, they've got a double header against the CBR Brave next week in Canberra, followed by the third Melbourne Derby of the year the week after that.
Yep.
So it's a rough go. June is a rough go for the Mustangs, but they've got to take, you know, at least they've got to force the shootout here and at least get 1 point.
Absolutely.
Just to keep pace with a very tight group in that middle table. I mean, it's the CBR Brave and Thunder at the top, then everyone else. And that being said, there's really not much of a difference between second and the rest of the table. One of the tightest seasons in years. As this one moved out there to Humphreys, he just dumps this on in. Vyasov on as Pitkin again heads to the bench. 5 on 4, and it's going to be 6 on 5 with both players rejoining the action from the penalty box. Vyasov looking for the tying goal. Here's Ferguson. Vyasov, side of the net, skips gloves down and says, no, you don't. 6 players behind the net trying to win the puck. Ferguson eventually the victor. His pass is picked off here by Dunwoody. Dunwoody from centre ice tries to win the game. Woodrick's got a chance now. Woodrick shoots. Oh, save there by McMahon. And that was into the netting. And Michael McMahon, I don't know if he's played in goal before. You probably know.
Well,
but that was pretty good.
If he hasn't, maybe he should. Okay? I'd just be saying to Pitkin, and don't worry, I got this covered, dude.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, good pad save. Didn't get the pad down much. So Pitkin back on. So 5 on 5, and they're going to try and clear the zone. And the Dogs just content to ride the clock out. And O'Kane now trying to split the D. O'Kane is pushed down, and the puck is pushed out to the neutral zone. Pitkin dives onto the bench. It's roofed over. Tillman's in behind the Mustangs D, looking to ice the game. 15 seconds. Tries to center the puck. Ferguson has it now. He backhands this one out. It's kept in by Manko. Swatted at by College A-Check. He can't find the net. 9 seconds remaining is McMahon looking desperately for an outlet. Here's Davies. Well, they're not going to get it with passes like that. Todd just roofs this one up. Humphreys just decides to nonchalantly glove it down, and it finishes 4-3 to the Ice Dogs. 4 straight unanswered goals. 4 goals for the Ice Dogs. Just the 1 there for the Mustangs in that last period. And, well, sorry, 2, excuse me. What am I getting at? 1. I'm getting my maths terribly, terribly bad in this last period. But, Rod.
I'll take over for you.
Okay, here you go.
Here's the bottom line, and the sad part of this is that the Mustangs were up 2-0, and they were on a roll. They had the momentum.
Yep.
They had to control the game. They went into the dressing room, and they let that opportunity slide,
yep.
and they let Ice Dogs back in, and it's 3-2, and then all of a sudden they're struggling to get back into the game. So you can't do that, okay? And that's been one of the biggest problems, is that Mustangs get a lead and then they relinquish the lead.
Yep.
And that's not on. And you've made a very good point earlier, like 5 minutes earlier, where if you look at the standings now, you're getting to the business end of this thing, and if you're not careful, you're going to come up against some strong opposition, and you're going to lose contact with the rest of the teams that are vying for 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the next thing you know, you're in your garage with your golf clubs.
Exactly right. The Mustangs now have played 13. They sit on 13 points. And the Dogs, well, they'll move to 20, 1 point behind the Brave and Thunder. And that obviously the Brave still playing the adrenaline. Thunder don't play. The North Stars, they're in progress against the Bears. And look, it's basically 4 points between first and fourth at the moment. And, well, the Mustangs, as you said, the Ice are in a similar predicament. But it gets harder and harder as we approach. We're basically at halfway through the season now.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So to wrap things up here from the O'Brien Group Arena, it was the Sydney Ice Dogs with a 4-3 victory over the Melbourne Mustangs. They take the 3 points, and they'll be back here tomorrow night to do the same thing again, hopefully in their eyes against the Melbourne Ice. On behalf of my co-commentator Rod Johns, I'm Steve White. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Australian Eastern.
See you, dude. Take care.